Thank you, councillors. Please welcome the Mayor's Chaplain, Helena Del Pino, who will be saying prayers for us.
Good evening, everyone. It's good to be here, and it has been a privilege to serve the outgoing Mayor as his chaplain and to offer prayers for this council and this city that we all love and serve. So a warm welcome to anyone who is new here tonight. Let's take a moment of silence to settle ourselves. And listen now to these words of prayer from the former UN Secretary General Dag Hammarskjöld. For all that has been, thank you. For all that is to come, yes. Let us pray. Gracious God, we thank you for the year that has gone, for the commitment and hard work of our outgoing Mayor and Mayoress. May your blessing be upon them as they move into a new era. May they look forward with a yes in their hearts to all the new opportunities to come. We give thanks too for the work of the Deputy Mayor Judy and her consort John. And we give thanks for the new Mayor and Mayoress Marco and Magdalena, and also for the new Deputy Mayor Wayne and his consort Angie. We pray that they too will have a yes in their hearts for all the people and places they visit as they represent this city in the year to come. We pray for the well-being of Peterborough and its surrounding villages and give thanks for all who have sought elected office. May all councillors and officials have a yes in their hearts to seek the peace and prosperity of this area and to remember those who are most vulnerable in our community. So let us all take a moment now to give thanks for the privilege of serving our local community. And a moment to say yes in our own hearts to the opportunities the coming year will bring to enable Peterborough to flourish and thrive. Amen.
Councillors, if you'd like to take your seats, please. Thank you. I would like to welcome you all to this Mayor-making Council meeting. I'll now hand over to Rachel, our Head of Constitutional Services, to go through some housekeeping points.
Thank you, Mr Mayor, and through you, can all those present please ensure that all mobile phones are set to silent? In the event of an evacuation, please exit through the doors on both sides of the chamber following the council staff to the assembly points. As per normal rules, if you wish to speak, please ensure that you raise your hand and you'll be invited to address the Mayor. The Mayor has confirmed that he is happy for members to stand or remain seated when addressing the chamber. All votes will be taken via an electronic voting system. If a recorded vote is requested, this will be taken in the normal way. There is a points of document. If you wish to raise a point, please raise the pink document and address the Mayor accordingly, stating which point you are raising. I would like to remind members that this meeting is being live streamed, so please make sure that when you speak, you are using the microphone. Finally, there are two photographers in the chamber tonight, Terry Harris and David Lowndes, who will be taking photos, as well as Vinnie from the communications team. Thank you, Mr Mayor.
Thank you very much. So we now move to agenda item 1, which is the election of Mayor for the year 2024-2025. I invite nominations for the appointment of Mayor for the municipal year 2024-2025. Councillor Allen, I understand you have a nomination that you would like to put forward.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I do indeed. I'm prepared to nominate Councillor Sereste, Marco Sereste. I can think of no better man for the role, a very knowledgeable and experienced candidate, a councillor for many years and having been council leader. I'm sure that Marco Sereste will ably discharge his civic duties in the position of Mayor. Thank you, Mr Mayor.
Thank you very much. Councillor Ayres, would you like to second the nomination?
I certainly would, Mr. Mayor. Thank you very much for asking me. I think it's very important as well to recognise Marco's wife, Magdalena, who will be the mayoress. And both of them, of course, come from the Italian community, which has been extremely important in the growth of Peterborough for so many years. In fact, all of my life, which is quite a long one, actually. So I'm very much in favour of seconding the nomination.
Thank you very much. Are there any other nominations that other councillors would like to put forward? I'm not seeing any, so I therefore declare that Councillor Marco Seresti is elected as the Mayor of the City of Peterborough for the municipal year 2024-25. Thank you.
All rise, please.
I invite the Mayor, Councillor Sereste, to make his declaration of acceptance of office.
I suppose I ought to read it first before I sign it. It's a good tip, read it before you sign it. I, Marcus Sereste, having been elected Mayor for the City of Peterborough, do hereby declare that I take the said office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties thereof, according to the best of my judgment and ability. I understand to be guided by the Members' Code of Conduct in the performance of my duties in that office. Where do you want me to sign it? Just there? Here? There. There you are, Mr. Chief Executive.
Well done. I would now like to invite the retiring Mayor, Nick Sanford, to invest the Mayor with his chain of office. I now invite the retiring Mayoress, Alderman Bella Saltmarsh, to invest the Mayoress, Madalena Sereste, with her chain of office.
I invite nominations for the appointment of Deputy Mayor for the municipal year 2024-25. Councillor Steve Allen, I understand that you have a nomination.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and may I be amongst the first to congratulate you on your appointment as Mayor of the City of Peterborough.
Thank you.
A well-deserved appointment. I would like to nominate Councillor Wayne Fitzgerald for the role of Deputy Leader. Councillor Fitzgerald, sorry, Deputy. Deputy Mayor. Councillor Sereste, I'll proceed. Councillor Fitzgerald was first elected in the year of 2006 and has served the city since that date. As a former council leader and a very experienced councillor, I think he's ideally suited to the role of Deputy Mayor. Got it right that time. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor. I understand, Councillor Linares, will you second this nomination?
I should be delighted to, Mr. Mayor, because, of course, Councillor Fitzgerald is my co-ward councillor in the West Ward, and so I know him well, and I know that he will look forward to doing this for the city, which he loves very much. And having been around the council for so many years, I think I just added it up to 19, I'm sure he will do a splendid job for us all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor. And are there any other nominations? With no other nominations, I declare Councillor Fitzgerald Deputy Mayor of the City of Peterborough for the municipal year 2024-25. And would Councillor Fitzgerald please like to come forward? I now invite the Deputy Mayor, Councillor Fitzgerald, to make his declaration of acceptance of office.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I, Wayne Fitzgerald, having been elected Deputy Mayor for the City of Peterborough, do hereby declare that I take the said office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties thereof according to the best of my judgment and ability. I undertake to be guided by the Members' Code of Conduct in the performance of my duties in that office.
I would now like to invite the Mayor, Councillor Sereste, to invest the Deputy Mayor, Councillor Fitzgerald, with their chain of office.
We now have the Deputy Mayoress to invest, Mrs. Angie Fenner, with her chain of office. I'm supposed to do that, right? So somehow you've got to get past you, gentlemen. Right then, agenda item 3 is apologies for absence. Have there been any apologies for absence?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. There have been apologies for absence from Councillors Barkham, Stevenson and Harper.
And
sorry, there's apologies from Councillor Wigan as well. He's not going to make this meeting, but he is expected for the second meeting.
anything else? No? Okay. Then agenda item 4 is the investiture of badges of office and the vote of thanks to the retiring mayor. Councillor Hogg, I believe you are to propose a vote of thanks to the retiring mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And I think it's, am I the second person to congratulate you on the, maybe third or fourth, I don't know, I'd lost count. But great to see you in the position nonetheless. It is a great honour to be giving thanks to Nick Sanford, our mayor of the last year, our city's first Liberal Democrat mayor, and may I say he has done us proud. Nick has thrown himself into the roles of deputy mayor and then mayor of our city with gusto. The work he has done visiting various community groups and businesses across the Peterborough area and being our ambassador further afield, spreading the message of our great city. He has been particularly keen to raise the profiles of his chosen charities and help provide vital funding through various events held throughout the years. Now, he hasn't done this alone. He has established a fantastic team of volunteers, notably Gillian Childs and Sue McGill, who have worked tirelessly in the background to put these events together alongside Sue Proctor and the mayoral team. Nick has been truly looked after. I also know that Nick has been thankful for Ian's support. Sorry, obviously, sorry. Where we go? I've lost it. Excuse me. So he's been thankful for Ian's support, not just having the luxury of a driver conveying him to various events. Sorry, Nick, it's back to the bus tomorrow. Conveying him to various events, but also his sage advice about protocols and the like. I think he has been truly grateful for that. I'd also love to thank Alderman Saltermarsh, who joined Nick on this 2-year journey from Deputy Lady Mayoress to Lady Mayoress, and provided him with support and advice along the way. Truly, you have been a winning team. I would also like to commend Nick on his even-handed approach in council meetings, even to the extent of cutting me off on occasion when I go over the time. I hope the new mayor's not going to be quite so stringent when it comes to these things, but we live in hope. I think that there is a general consensus that he's done a fantastic job in circumstances that have been challenging, to say the least, and even where people have not liked the decisions made, respect that he acted fairly and made valid decisions based on the advice and pressures in this place at the time. I know they have. I've had numerous messages from outside of Peterborough complimenting Nick's chairing skills. Now that Nick's term has come to an end, we look forward to him continuing to play an active role within the Liberal Democrat group as he remains our group chair, and he will be standing as our parliamentary candidate in Peterborough for the upcoming general election. Now, we won't be seeing Nick in the chamber for a while, and we will be looking to remediate that particular issue as quickly as we can, unless, of course, he finds his way to Westminster. You can always hope. Having no fear, though, that the Liberal Democrat group will still take up the fight for increasing the amount of trees and environmental improvements, and reminding the chamber of the transport hierarchy and the need for better active travel operations across the city. So that voice on the Lib Dem ranks will not go quiet. I will now finish with asking the chamber to join me in thanking Nick for your service as mayor and your 28 years as a councillor. I'm proud to call you my friend, Nick Sanford.
Councillor Farouk, I understand that you would like to second this.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and I would like to speak now. First of all, my congratulations to yourself. I've had the privilege of working with Councillor Sanford in the last 6 years. His passion and dedication to public life has been second to none. Almost half of his life has been spent on public service, a huge dedication and public servant to Peterborough citizens. He has a tremendous ability to scrutinise council policies and stand firm on his beliefs. I remember just last year, when the budget was being discussed in FSWG, Councillor Sanford ensured that we spent more than 30 minutes on budget on trees so that we get it right. His second passion for public transport also has been brilliant. I have always sought Councillor Sanford's wise advice on public transport, and more recently have involved him in these leader meetings with Combined Authority to achieve best outcome for Peterborough. His passion to have buses running in Peterborough every 5 minutes or below, I hope we achieve that soon. Councillor Sanford's knowledge of our Constitution has been very valuable, and he almost knows every single line in that, but occasionally he has also been, because of that, proving nightmare for our legal officers too. His charities have immensely benefited from his hard work. All in all, Councillor Sanford has been a unique councillor in our council chamber. His place will live in our history, and no one will take his place. Councillor Sanford, on behalf of myself, my group, my political colleagues, and on behalf of the residents of Peterborough, thank you.
May I call upon each of the group leaders if you've got something to say? Councillor Dennis Jones. Well done. And Councillor Wayne Fitzgerald.
Can I speak yet? Oh, sorry, just in case it was a hangover from last time, I wasn't quite sure if it carried through to today's meeting. Like Christian, I can truly say that Nick Sanford is a friend of mine, and he's also returned the favour many, many times. As he said at the Mayor's Ball, we never agree on everything, but we agree on lots of things. I wish I shared more of his love of cricket and other things that he amuses himself with, but indeed Nick has been a great servant to the council, and I said publicly, and I'll say again, as the Conservative group leader, I'm sorry you lost. I'm really pleased Alex won, don't misunderstand me, but I'm sorry Nick lost. And perhaps you'll return one day to the council chamber, because your experience, your wit, I know, he has actually got a sense of humour. He must be, he's a Liberal Democrat, come on. By the way, that is a joke, all right? So Nick, from myself, all the Conservatives, but like Dennis, we wish you well, but not in any upcoming election. I think, you know, I even dressed appropriately tonight in kind of yellowish colours for you. It was actually deliberate. So, Mr. Mayor, thank you, and thank you for everything you've done, Nick.
Now, I've got a note here to call Councillor Harper, but I don't see Councillor Harper. Is there someone else going to say anything, or we'll just go past it? Okay, well, are we sure? Councillor Fox, did you want to say something?
Oh. Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I haven't prepared because obviously I didn't realise what was going on. And all I'll say is, Nick, we've worked with him closely for the last year. We've got to know one another a lot better. We won't always agree on everything, Nick, but you'll always remain a friend, because your experience and your knowledge has been unbelievable. And you weren't too bad in quizzes, especially the one we went to and won. And it was only down to you. It wasn't down to me and Judy, that's a fact, but it was definitely down to you. So thanks very much.
Thank you, Councillor. Would Councillor Day like to say something?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Green Group would like to thank Nick Sanford for his service to the council, particularly on my behalf as Vice Chair of the Climate Change and Environment Committee, and for supporting lots of green policies that we've managed to put through the council. We also want to thank him for the fair way that he chaired the council meetings when he was Mayor, and also for his service as Deputy Mayor. So from the Green Group, we will miss you, Nick, but I will be in touch with you, certainly around the climate change and environment agenda. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that, Councillor. And I'll just say a few words, if you don't mind. Councillor Sanford and I get on quite well. And putting the politics aside, we've had many a really interesting and pleasant evening together at the Italian Community Association with some decent red wine. It's surprising how good a glass of good wine helps when it comes to having a conversation. So we will miss him, because we will miss his expertise and his ability and his knowledge. I don't think I will ever understand the Constitution as well as Nick does. I'm going to give it a try, but I'm not sure I shall ever be able to achieve that. So, you know, from my point of view, I think we should give him a big hand and say thank you very, very much for what he's done.
Please bear that in mind. So I've really enjoyed serving as the Mayor of Peterborough for the past 12 months, and I'm really grateful for the support and friendship of my fellow councillors, council employees, the civic team, and indeed from the people of Peterborough. I've enjoyed every moment, well, I would say perhaps almost every moment, of this really wonderful but also challenging role. And I'm really proud of what we've achieved together as a mayoral team. As has been mentioned, one of the main duties of Mayor is to chair the meetings of Council, which is the forum for debating and deciding key issues that affect Peterborough. When I took on this role, I said I would try really hard to do it fairly and impartially, reflecting the views and opinions of all councillors, regardless of their political views. And I hope you would agree, and as has been indicated earlier, that I think I've managed to achieve that, and sort of. And even at times when it's been quite difficult and things have been politically contentious. I've also tried, where possible, to act as a champion for sort of ordinary members of the council in trying to make it as easy as possible to fulfil their roles at full council, where members have an ability to ask questions, to hold the executive to account, and also put motions forward. It's true that the Mayor is the ultimate arbiter on matters in relation to the Constitution, and I think this is a really important role in ensuring that an appropriate balance is maintained between the executive arm, the scrutiny committees, and this meeting of full council. Currently, I think we're all aware that our Constitution contains a number of ambiguities and even in places contradictions, and it's in urgent need of reform. So as outgoing Mayor, I would like to put forward the suggestion that this should be one of the key priorities that the Council has going forward. It's also an important part of the role of actually engaging with the diverse and colourful communities that make up Peterborough. And I think one of the things I've realised as Mayor is how diverse and how colourful Peterborough actually is. Well, we've got a wide variety of people from different backgrounds, cultures, and walks of life. And I've had the great honour of actually going out and meeting large numbers of people. I've actually been continually impressed by the spirit of unity and harmony that prevails in Peterborough, and the contributions that all of our communities make to the social, economic and cultural life of Peterborough. I've also been moved by the generosity and compassion that many of our communities show, and this was particularly evident during the period of the COVID pandemic. We've actually tried really hard to invite as many local groups as we can to come into the town hall, and we've held small receptions, for particular groups or people who've had individual sporting achievement. And we've also, on a once-a-month basis, we've actually had an open day where we've invited anyone who wants to come into the town hall for tea and cake. I actually indicated at the annual council 12 months ago that one of the things I wanted to do was engage with local employers. In pursuance of that, I attended 2 Opportunity Peterborough breakfasts, which was rather early in the morning, I have to say, and also we went to the bondholders' dinner, which is held in the cathedral. I actually went out to visit a number of local companies, and we actually hosted some of them coming into the Mayor's Parlour. And just in talking to Marco, I think this is something that he's really keen to take forward. And I also hosted receptions for groups of employees, most recently the strategic property team. A third aspect, and an important aspect of the role of Mayor of Peterborough, is raising funds for my chosen mayoral charities. And as I'm sure you are aware, my charities were Deafblind UK, Sue Ryder, Peterborough Environment City Trust, and these sort of fire ambulances. A number of you were actually at the Mayor's Ball that we held only a couple of days ago, and it was a really fantastic occasion, and it's going to give a really big boost to our mayoral fundraising. I can say that we're currently at just over £20,000, and I think when we get all the receipts in from the Mayor's Ball, that's going to be significantly higher. I actually went through a number of thank yous at the Mayor's Ball, so I'm not going to repeat them, but just one person that I do think I need to thank over and over again is Gillian, who has been an absolutely amazing chair of the Charities Committee, and I do thank her most sincerely for that. Of course, the final part of the mayoral role, which is also really important, is to attend major civic occasions, Remembrance Sunday, Holocaust Memorial Day, Armed Forces Day. These are occasions to actually honour people who have served Peterborough and often make significant sacrifices for both Peterborough and our country. And I've been proud to participate in these, and also it's made me come to realise how important these events are for quite a number of people. So you'd be pleased to know it's coming towards the end. In conclusion, I would like to say it's been a great honour to be Mayor of Peterborough, probably the greatest honour of my life so far. It's been a great honour also to represent the people of Paston and Walton for a considerable period of time. I've actually learnt an awful lot. I've met a lot of wonderful people, and I've had a lot of really memorable experiences. I've tried really hard to uphold the traditions of the mayoral role, but also try and move it forward. One of the things we've done is we've expanded the mayoral presence on social media, both Facebook and TikTok, I can't even say it. And we've also used artificial intelligence to actually help with preparing mayoral speeches. And the first draft of this speech was actually contributed to by the artificial intelligence package Copilot. I will always remain a passionate and loyal supporter of Peterborough. I look forward to seeing our city grow and prosper, but as Christian alluded to, I also want to see it grow and prosper in an environmentally sustainable way. But I think now I need to heed the words of Oliver Cromwell when he made his address to the Long Parliament in 1653. It is not fit that you should remain here any longer. You have sat here too long for any good that you've achieved. Depart, I say. So it's a really big, I'd like to say a really big thank you. It's certainly goodbye from me, but who knows, I may return at some future point. And I'd like to sincerely wish the new Mayor of Peterborough, all the councillors and also officers of the council, lots of success in going forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sanford. Would you now like to come forward and collect your past mayor's badge in recognition of your service to the city during your term of office? That's the one beautiful thing about having a family, is you can watch them grow and you get a lot of vicarious pleasure from watching them do all the things. Thank you, look at that, eh? Watching them do all the things you wish you could still do. Oh, well, that's better, I can see now. When I was first elected as a councillor just over 28 years ago, I never thought of ever being the mayor of this great city. Only now, because I actually believe it, because you've actually voted and agreed it. I would never have agreed it until you'd voted and seen it with my own eyes. Do I now believe that probably I'm your new mayor, for at least a year anyway? And being the first mayor of Italian ethnicity ever to be elected to a British city, quite frankly, fills me with a feeling of humility and responsibility. How responsible is the mayor for the council and the citizens of the city? Well, the citizens of the city think that the mayor is somebody important, and if he or she misbehaves, then it's going to reflect very badly on all of us. So I think it's a very responsible thing to do, whoever it is that's doing it. And of course, I'm very proud and honoured to be taking on the role of Mayor of Peterborough. I'm conscious that it's also part of an obligation on me to be conscious of the need of the mayor to be politically neutral and be everybody's mayor. Is chairing our full council, and full council is still very much Peterborough's political heart, and I see a key part of my role is to ensure that all members of the council can debate as vigorously, if you want to hear most of them, and get some decent food, because it really is amazing. Now, I hope you will indulge me if I deviate slightly from the present dress requirements of the mayor. I do believe that the mayor should wear the full ceremonial regalia and robes whenever he or she is attending a ceremonial event. However, I don't consider the council is a ceremonial event. I think it's business, isn't it? Business is the business of the council. So this will be the last time you see me in here in the robes. I will wear the chains because it's the right thing to do, but I am going to deviate, and I think we need to move into the 22nd century. And I also would hope that those who can stand when you're speaking, especially as I probably don't know half of you now, and it will help to be able to identify you. And also on YouTube, it's a lot better for people. They'll see who you are and recognise you. It's in your interest to do that as well. I intend to do more than the ceremonial duties of a mayor. As mayor, I will speak to our MPs, hopefully the people at the cathedral. I wish to meet with them all, and also key council officers, to discuss how I can best complement and promote the work that is done in this city, with all of you. I also wish to work more closely with the various communities that make up the rich tapestry of this great city. I intend to use my business connections to foster closer ties with the business community from all sectors. An important part of my work will also be fundraising, raising money for my chosen charities. I'm delighted to announce that former PCC Chief Executive Gillian Childs has agreed to continue as chair of my charities committee. This year I have chosen 3. They are Anna's Hope, who, as you know, is a charity that deals with children who have cancer. There's Cambridge Children's Hospital. We're trying to build a new children's specialist hospital in our county for our children. And of course, the Salvation Army. And I don't think any need to explain what the Salvation do. They are an enormous and important part of our community as well. For those that do not know, all of those charities have agreed to be part of the Charities Committee, which is, I think, is a great thing, because they'll also work then to help themselves get some money and some effort into the pot. I also promise that I will continue to prioritise our mayoral civic events, such as Remembrance Day, Armed Forces, Holocaust Memorial. I also think that we need to take a long look at the invitations that we receive to attend civic and fundraising events in other councils and far away from our city. I am of a mind that we should prioritise our time with unitary and district councils near to Peterborough. I'm grateful to Father Seelan, who has agreed to be my mayor's chaplain and is here this evening. Also, a special mention to my wife, my family and friends who are here this evening and are always a source of love, pride and inspiration to me. And finally, a big thank you again to my fellow councillors for electing me to this role. I promise to do the job to the best of my ability, and I do hope that you all feel that if I can help in any way, please come and talk to me. I will always value your criticism, hopefully constructive, and I will always be there to listen to you if you want to come and talk to me. Thank you very much. Well, I did do it, but I'll do it again. Okay, so that concludes the ceremonial part of the proceedings for this evening, and I'd like to invite you all, councillors, officers, guests, to the reception room for refreshments, and the annual council meeting will commence at 7:15. Thank you.